This video was made possible by EA Creator Network.
You there? Yes, let's make sure you click oh yes, and then you yes. Okay, let's resume.
Hi guys, DeeSims here and welcome back to the channel. And today I bring to you a special video. Y'all, hotels are confirmed. Hotels are confirmed. I'm so freaking excited to bring this video to you guys. But before we get started, I would like to thank EA for providing me with early access so I can provide some content for you guys. Thank you so much for including me. You're going to see my name jump around the screen in this early access build. The software is not final and things are subject to change. Currently, I am running the base game and The Sims 4 Adventure Awaits. That's it. So everything you see today will only be including the base game and the new expansion pack. Hotels are confirmed, y'all. I'm so freaking excited. Hotels are confirmed. Using the two new systems with The Sims 4 Adventure Awaits, we can have hotels in our game. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a few things. I'm going to show you how to set up a hotel. So if you have a pre-existing build or you're building one, or you found one on a gallery, whatever the case may be, I'm going to show you how you can turn that build into a hotel and things like that. I'm also going to show you how you can plan a getaway to this hotel. So your Sims can actually visit this and have it function as a hotel. We're going to see how all of those things work where you're actually visiting the hotel. And then I'm going to show you how you can run your own hotel. If you want to run this and make this a business for your Sims to earn simoleons and things like that, I'm going to show you that. Along with everything that I'm saying, I'm also going to talk about some of the pros and cons. Just keep in mind that the software is not final. Things are subject to change on official release. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, one more thing. I do want to mention, I am saying hotels are confirmed, but that is in the broader sense of the word. When I'm saying hotels, I mean hotels, motels, holiday inn. Okay, I'm sorry. Hotels, motels, Airbnbs, bed and breakfasts, even resorts. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit later. But yes, I'm going to show you everything there is to be a hotel in The Sims 4. So let's get to it. All right. Okay, here we are and we're officially in build mode. I am showing you this hotel that I just whipped up. It is very historic. It is very old, very dated. It is nothing crazy. This is literally just for me to show you hotels. I promise in the future I'll build better. But this is us in build mode. So this is what I did. I called this the J Hotel. This is a hotel. It has 4 suites. When you come into the first floor here, you have like our little welcoming area. Just very simple. We have a computer over here, a little book, some books that works as a bookcase. We have bathrooms and we have a small little kitchen. And then on the second floor, we have suite number 1 with the bathroom, suite number 2. And then of course on this main floor, 3 and 4. Okay, so this is just what I made. This is just something simple so you can kind of see. Then in the back, I just put some very small, minute things, other things you may have at a hotel. Again, this is only for the example. I know that we can include lots more things and we'll talk about those later. So yeah, this is the hotel. This is what I build. Very simple. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make sure we turn this into a custom venue. So this is the new thing that's coming with The Sims 4 Adventure Awaits, where you can make custom venues and literally have your lot perform however you want it to do. So here with the custom venues, you can see all the requirements you need. I think this is kind of very important for people who are looking to make custom venues, but you don't know what's required. You only need a sink, waste disposal, and a toilet. That is all you need. And whatever objects and things you want, like gameplay on this lot, of course, you'll need to add those in. So here we already have a preset of the cozy bed and breakfast. This is something really good that you can do, but what I want to do, I just want to create an entirely new one so we can go through everything together and you can see how it all works. But yes, there are custom presets already here and I believe you can save them. So if you make something, you want to make multiple of them in your world, you don't have to do this every single time. You can save this preset if you want to. We're actually going to start at the end of the day. I'm thinking around 11 p.m. is when I want to see people starting to go to sleep. So I'm going to put it in here. And the main thing I want people to do is sleep. So here you can do sleeping bags, beds, sofas, and tents. So we're just going to say sleep. That's the main activity we want them to do. So pretty much with the main activity, Sims will kind of gravitate towards this. And of course you can create custom roles and give them activities to do in here. But overall, the main activity of what you want people to do is going to be here. So before we can even get into that, you're probably like, who is about to sleep here? We don't know. So we need to create a couple of roles. The first one I want to have here are just guests. Okay, I want guests to be here. And if we want to say we want 8 guests here at a time, we can do that. We have 4 suites. I'm going to go for 4 guests because it's not guaranteed that every guest who comes are going to be a couple. We only have 4 rooms, 4 beds. I kind of want to keep that in mind. There's other factors you need to keep in mind as well, but we'll get into that as we continue. So right now I'm going to say that there's 4 guests and we can give them criteria. So if we only want this to be an adult only hotel, we can do that. So let's do that. Let's do an adult only hotel. No kids or teenagers are allowed here. This is an adult only hotel. Now, one thing I like about this feature is because remember when we talked about resorts, there are a lot of adult only resorts out there. And I think this will be a good factor to kind of throw into a resort. And of course you can add a ton of other things. If you just wanted this to be all ghosts, if you wanted no ghosts to be here, so everyone who comes have to be in a cult, you know what? Let's throw that in there. Okay. If you just wanted this to be region specific, like only people who are allowed from Willow Creek can come here, you can put that in as well. You can do a romantic orientation. So if you wanted to make like a singles resort, you can do those kind of things. There's a lot of different options here. They even have gender roles if you want to use those. You can do careers if you want someone of the certain type. You could do relationship status. Again, if you wanted to do singles only, if you wanted to do like this is a female only resort, like there's so many different things you can do with this entire system. But again, today I'm only showing you hotels, air quotes on that. You can even add people who are just traits. If you just wanted like this hotel is only for active sims to come in here and gym down, then that's what you can do. So it's super open. You can go from skills. There's so many different things you can do. If you have an idea, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to replicate it here in The Sims now. So right now, all we have is the young adult, and elder. That's the requirement. I don't want any children, teenagers here. And then we have the activities or the role activities. When I think of this, I'm kind of thinking of this is what I want Sims to do overall while they're here. And because we're doing this as a hotel, and I am specifically saying hotel at this point, I think what I'm going to do is just make sure that they're just doing free time. Free time, it says Sims will behave as they normally would, guided by their everyday autonomy. So this is just things they would do while they were at home. The only thing I really want to regulate when people are at a hotel is when they sleep, because that's pretty much what you're using the hotel for. Another good one to add will be self-care. And this is Sims will focus on doing their interactions to fulfill their wants and their needs. So if their needs are low, of course, they'll just kind of take care of themselves. Wants is different because if your sim wants to work out, if your sim wants to paint or something like that, that's also something that they can focus on. So those are 2 good ones that I think overall are good for the hotel. Now, when it comes to this, you can also assign custom outfits going in cast. If you wanted to do that, you can do that as well. This goes really well with your staff. If you want your staff to be coordinated, you can use this system to coordinate their outfits. So it's a lot of detail that go into this. And I love that you can do this straight while you're in the build mode, because you don't have to add someone in and try to figure all this out. I just love that you can kind of set it up right here and there. Really, really big plus for me. So for the guests, we're not going to have any role outfits. They should be free to wear whatever they want. And that's it. Now, when it comes to assigned sims, you can assign certain guests here. I believe that's more for when you do your getaway thing. And again, we'll get into that when we get into that portion of the video. So here is now my guest category. The next thing we need is staff. And for the staff, I don't care who the staff are. We are still going for the adult only. So we're going to make sure we have that requirement. I really just want them to clean and probably fix things. I just saw this one, do home chores. If there's things like cleaning up and emptying the trash, I think that kind of goes with cleanup as well. So we'll just do fix items. This is pretty much their overall responsibility. This is what I want them to do. So for staff for this hotel, I'm gonna say maybe 3 people managing this entire hotel should be more than enough. So I'm gonna say we need 3 people to do that. Another thing I think is great here, like I just mentioned, is getting a uniform so people can look like they're working here at a hotel. So let's kind of mess with that a little bit. I'm going to do one for adult males and adult females. I just went for something simple. We have a blue top and we have black pants. I did something similar for the guys as well. So it's a little bit more uniform. And when we're visiting this hotel, we can kind of see who the staff are because visually we'll be looking for this blue. So something just to coordinate. It makes it a little bit more immersed when you're here at the hotel. You'll see all the staff wearing the same color. Kind of similar to where you would go out in real life. You'll kind of see that as well. Okay, so right now we have custom. We have male and female adults. We don't need to do the children because again, this is an adult only hotel. So we're good here. And now that we have all those things together, we have our staff. We want 3 of them. Boom. Okay, so right now we have our guests. We have our staff. The last thing I would want is someone to cook. So we're going to make a chef. Now, one thing you can do with these role libraries down here is they actually have a lot of these roles already made. I just wanted to show you what you can do by making your own, but they already have a guest one. They have a host. They have all kinds of different things like this. So we only need one of them. And there's a lot of things here that they've added. Again, this is a custom role. I really don't want this chef to eat. I know that sounds crazy, but I really just want them coming in and just serving meals. So we're going to fix all of that up. Let's add this to our current role. We'll go back up and you'll see we have our chef here. Now, again, I don't want them eating. I just want them serving meals. So it says Sims will cook and serve group meals with refrigerators, counters, stoves, and ovens. That's what we want, period. That I don't even want them being friendly. I want their only job to be cooking. That's it. Now, one of the things they did add for them is gourmet cooking skill and cooking. They want them to have those skills. That makes sense. So that's kind of perfect. For this sim, honestly, I think you only can have like one custom outfit. We'll keep them in the same thing. Again, we only want one and we're all good here. So if I wanted to max this up, you can go beyond the limit of sims on this lot. So if you wanted 8 guests, you can put 8 guests. You could put 8 staff members, but you have to remember that in the game, the max sims that'll be on a lot is 20. If you have mods to extend that, of course, when the pack is out, you can definitely play around with it. But for right now, you can have more than 8 sims in each role if you wanted to. If you wanted to have 8 chefs, you can do that. 8 guest members, 8 staff members. You can do all of that. Just remember that only 20 sims are going to be on a lot at one time. That's just how it's always been in Sims. Now that we have all of our roles, I just put them back to what we discussed. Now that we have all our roles, we can go ahead and schedule how we want things to go. I'm starting at the nighttime. Here at the hotel, I just want people to sleep and maybe give them breakfast. I think that's what I'm going to go for. So let's go ahead and mimic that. It's 11 p.m. I want people to go to sleep. So my guests, these are like their default activities that I always want them to do, but no. At 11 p.m., I want everybody going to sleep. So at 11 p.m., you're probably trying to figure out what your staff can be doing. Your staff actually stays at the hotel too. For me, that's a con. It's not necessarily something I want. It is very common that staff stays at hotels sometimes, but for me, I wish there was an option for them to come back to like leave and come in, and then we can like schedule those things. Unfortunately, the staff does stay at the hotel. So when you're thinking about the beds and the suites that you have for your guests, you also have to keep in mind that your staff are going to stay on the lot and you're going to need sleeping quarters for them as well. Like I said, that's a con for me, but let's continue. At this time, if we want the entire lot to be sleeping, we can also add for them to go to sleep here as well. I'm not going to add the chef here because I don't really want the chef doing anything. So that should be it for that. Okay, so we started with sleep, and now that those are all done, I'm just going to minimize the screen so things can be a little cleaner. I want the chef to come in and I want them to start cooking. So we're going to put the chef here. I don't want anything else. This is only for my chef. The chef should come in and start serving meals. So now that we have that done, now we can start at 6 a.m. Keep in mind, you see things are blanked out. Each time slot must be 3 hours. Again, this is a con for me. I don't like that I can't overlap things. I understand that they gave us like a 3-hour grace period because it can take Sims quite a bit of time to get to the location to actually do the action that we're looking for. And the Sims clock, in my opinion, moves pretty fast. I get that they gave us the time slot to kind of get things done, but but it kind of messes things up when you want things to flow how you want them to flow. I understand it, but for me, it's kind of like, I really wish that wasn't a thing. If I wanted to block out more time for them to do things, I want to be able to block those things out. So as you can see, we have a time slot for 4 a.m., which means I can't plan for a 5 a.m. breakfast. So yes, if I have the chef come in at 4 a.m. to start preparing meals, that means at 7 a.m., our main thing we want people to do is eat. And I want them to just eat. You'll notice there's other things here that says have breakfast, have dinner, have lunch. These will make your Sims actually cook. And we just want them to be eating what the chef has prepared. So at 7 a.m., I want my guests to come and I want them to eat breakfast. One thing I did forget, for the 4 a.m. time slot, I don't want this to be free time. I really do want people to be sleeping. I'm going to leave this open because for now we just have our chef doing cooking. Hopefully everyone else continues to sleep. And if you want, we can do another eat session for dinner. This basic schedule definitely gives me hotel. Your Sims can come there, do whatever they want. They have the option of free breakfast and they can sleep in their room at night. And then during the day, they have free reign to do whatever they please. This is what you would do typically at a hotel. Now, if you want your Sims to be doing different activities without you telling them to, or utilizing more activities in the hotel that's available, then that's, in my mind, jumps into the entire, like that jumps into resorts for me, and you're planning excursions. So if you wanted during free time after this, you're saying here, like after your 10 a.m. slot or during your 10 a.m. free time slot, I want guests to be able to go around and play darts. I want them to explore the outdoors, walk around Gibby Point and explore. I want them to do outdoor recreation. Like I want them to bike and do swimming pools and fishing signs and things like that. In my head, you're like planning excursions for them. So you can definitely do the whole resort feel. If you want Sims to be in the pool at a certain time, you can definitely do those things. But for me and how I would play, I would want my Sims to, I would still want to control my Sims and tell them to do whatever they want during this time. They're just staying at this hotel while they're on vacation. If you want to plan out their activities, go ahead and schedule them down, girl. You could plan out 5 different activities to do during this time, and your Sims will do whatever they want within those things. So if we wanted Sims to go out and collect butterflies, they would go do that. We could say archery. We can also say water activities. Your Sims will go out and start doing like either of those things. But for how I want my hotels to function right now, I just want them to just do this. So let's go with it. And that's pretty much it. That's how you set up your basic hotel. Now let's have our Sim actually plan a getaway here and see how it all works. And that's pretty much it. That's how you set up your hotel. Everything is ready to go. You have your schedule, you have your staff. We know how many people can come here and things like that. So now that this is all finished, let's get our Sim and let's plan a getaway here and stay at this hotel. All right, here we are. This is my Sim Maya. We're starting her little getaway journey a little bit later in the evening. It is almost 10 p.m. We're about to plan a getaway at our hotel and we're going to see how it all works. So we're going to head over to our phone under the travel category and we're going to plan a getaway. Keep in mind, you can also plan a fitness retreat, your romantic competition, or your outdoor kids camp. We're just going to plan a regular old getaway. Okay, so we're here at the plan a getaway menu. Okay, and one thing I love about this whole feature is that you can go to different lot types. So we have residential. You could plan to stay at your best friend's house for 2 nights and y'all can just have like a little getaway. Like I just love that, like you can do it at different lot venues. It's not always just a custom lot. You can choose literally anything. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do it at the J Hotel. This is our little hotel here. We're going to go here for 2 nights and we're going to start it right now. One thing also that's really nice, now you can filter out your lots. You can try to figure out, because we have so many different lot types, so many worlds. I love that they added this feature. Now you can just filter by lot type and try to figure out where you're going just a little bit quicker. Y'all know I love me some organization, girl. Here is our schedule menu, and this is everything we just set up. Now we do have a couple alerts here. I did that purposefully so we can see how we can fix them. And now you can pick out your roles and the people you want to go. Now for us, we just have our Sim going here, Maya. We don't care about the other people who are coming. Honestly, the game can decide who comes. But if you wanted to choose certain people, certain Sims, you can definitely choose who you want to come to your getaway. For right now, we're just taking Maya with us. Whoever else wants to come can come. Okay, and you'll see that it's 4 Sims. You can change all of this during your getaway. So this is everything. This is what we want for her. Boom. Staff, you can choose who you want your staff to be. Let's choose a male Sim as well, so we can see them use the other uniforms that we assigned, and this is their job. That's great. And then we also have our chef here, which is great as well. So this is what we have. We do have a couple of alerts here. It says the time slot is missing a valid household Sim. So if you remember, we just had this available for the chef. So now we're going to add a role for the guests, and we're going to make sure that we say sleep because we still want them to be sleeping. And the same thing here, we didn't put a role. So we want all of our guests to be sleeping during this time, and we want all of our staff to be sleeping at this time. So there are no more alerts. Everything is all fixed up. This is our basic hotel and what we want, and it should be great. And then of course you can add on different rules. Now I haven't played with the rules specifically. I don't know if any of them are great for a hotel. But this is, I think the rule system is better when you're trying to do some sort of competition or challenge or something on a lot. For us, we're just using this whole feature to go to a hotel. We don't necessarily need any of these things, so we're good to go. Also, it tells you down here that it is going to cost us $826. So here it says it costs 413 simoleons times the days we're going. We did schedule this for 2 nights. So that's going to cost us 826 simoleons to go here. So I like this because I like things being a little bit more costly and things like that. It does go based off the lot value of the place that you're going to and things like that. The number of Sims, all of those things play a factor. So yes, I'm ready. All right, here we are. Like I said, we are starting this a little bit later in the day, but as you can see right now, it is free time. You will have this little UI system over here telling you, reminding you of the schedule, what you're doing and things like that. You can also edit your getaway while you're here. So if there's some things you wanted to add in, things that we forgot, we can fix all of those things here, as well as adding rules. So it's very customizable. You can change it whenever you want. So yes, now that we're here, let's go ahead and claim a room. So I know this is probably a lot of questions, but basically what we can do is we'll come over here and we can claim this. It says restrict other Sims from entering this room. I want to claim this room over here. Hopefully we get it, because it looked like somebody's already going into our room. We was a little slow. Okay, I need y'all to go ahead and shoo and get on out. Excuse me, Miss Lady. She's like, yeah, this is my room. You might want to, head on out. Hopefully this girl is about to leave. No, Miss Ma'am. Okay, listen, this lady wants to stay in this room. She got in there first. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and claim this one. Wait, I feel like everybody's taking all of the room. Okay, she finally left out the room because I don't want anybody in there. So let's go ahead and claim this room. No. Let's claim this room right quick. Yes. So this is her room. No one can get in here now. As you can see, when we hover over the door, it says claimed by Maya. It is now 11 p.m. It's 11:41. And Maya, are you even tired? We should start seeing a lot of Sims kind of go into their rooms and go to sleep. It is going to take us a little second because we did get on this lot kind of late. But now that Maya is sleeping, you can see other people doing things. Now look, this is a guest and he does not have a bed because a staff member is in the room. So this is definitely, like I said, it's not something I like. As you can see, some are just kind of hanging out in this room. It does look like these guests managed to get something, but Bob Pancakes up here, our staff members, summer holiday, they're just standing around. We have a staff member who's in a guest suite. These were intended to be guest suites. So that means our guest here, Eric Lewis, doesn't have a bedroom now because our staff member decided to take his bed. So that's, like I said, one thing that's a little iffy. Okay, Editor D here. Hey. So one thing I forgot while recording this video is that you can assign beds. That will definitely help your guests get to your intended guest suites, especially if you bring Sims on this getaway with you. you can go around and assign beds. So when you claim your room, also make sure you assign beds so your guests or your Sims who's on the getaway with you can have beds. And if there is a staff quarters, make sure you assign the staff to the staff quarters. At least if there isn't, at least your Sims will be able to have a bed. Looked like a guest made it in here, and it also made it like a guest made it in there. But we have our staff just kind of like wandering around aimlessly. Let's see if there's something we can fix with that. So right now, I don't think the staff doesn't have anything going on right now. So let's just add their role in and see if they go around and do anything. It says this lot does not have enough beds for all scheduled Sims in this getaway. If this getaway includes an overnight stay, make sure you place enough beds from the build mode to ensure that every Sim has a place to sleep. So I wanted to show you guys this so you know that when you build your hotel or you find something on the gallery, make sure you have an area for your staff. One thing I wish that was included is that you can allow access or certain access for certain people. Like I wish it went by role type. So if I clicked on this door, I wish I can lock this door for all guests, or I wish I can lock this door for all staff, all chefs on the lot and things like that. So right now Maya is gonna continue to sleep and I'm gonna continue our stay. Gonna have her just rest. You can see the Sims are kind of doing their thing. Staff are just really kind of just sitting around not doing anything. We have some guests who are up and working. Now it is about to be breakfast time at 7 a.m. I did have my chef at 4 a.m. preparing meals. So I'm hoping we have our chef down here in the kitchen. As you can see, it took him a while to get here. It is now about to be 7 a.m., which means guests are now going to start looking for food to eat. All right, so it's 7 a.m. and our chef managed to finish this fish tacos. As you can see, he just left off the lot. He just gone for the day. There is some food here for guests to take from, but it looks like our Sim decided to start cooking. I do not like that guests start cooking. And I was told that there's going to, in the final build of the game, guests are going to have a grace period before they start cooking. And they're going to look for more meals before this, because this was something I do not like. I don't like that the guests feel like they need to start cooking. Also, I feel like a lot of this will be avoided if we were able to lock the door for specific roles or specific. I think we can, but like, I think it could be very tedious if you have a lot with like 20 people on it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it can be a little tedious. I wish there was a way that you can lock doors for roles, because I feel like that would just make things a lot easier. Also, you notice that our chef just kind of left things on the counter. Having a designated like space. Of course, you could just drag, food out to certain areas. Like if we wanted our guests to grab food from here, we could just drag it out here. But I think another thing that would be nice if we had like a designated space for the chef to place the meals. That would be great. So then, guests can just pick up from like a buffet looking table. I'm certain that we can make things a little bit better once we have all of our packs in, maybe even just having a buffet table. If a buffet table was scheduled to open up or something like that, I don't know. I think with other packs, we can make things flow a little bit nicer, but as you can see, things are flowing quite nicely with this pack. That was just my only concern. I'm hoping in the official release that Sims don't tend to cook, they just tend to eat. If we check this out, if we go to the breakfast time, I have my guests eating. So it says Sims will consume food and grab snacks. I don't even want them grabbing snacks. I just want them eating. Okay, I just want them eating. That was the whole reason we made our chef come in at 4 a.m. to start cooking the meals. I really want them to just, do their thing. One thing I did notice is that the chef left. All right, now it is 10 a.m. and like this is running just like a hotel. Your Sims will be free to go do whatever they want. I mean, they're free to do whatever they want now, but like after their free little continental breakfast, they can go out and do whatever you want. So if you wanted to still control your Sim and say, hey, I want you to come out here and swim around. I want you to come over here and browse this ore shop, or I want you to come over here and catch butterflies and things like that. You can still go and tell your Sims to do those things. But if you want them to autonomously do it, you would have to plan it into your hotel schedule. Oh, I just missed it. We just had our getaway payment. It says a daily getaway fee of $370 has been deducted from your household funds. Getaway fees are calculated based on the lot value and the total of Sims. So this lot value is 134,000. We have 8 Sims, so therefore we're paying $370. I don't know how all the calculations work or anything like that, but yes, this is what we're doing. So when you're about to end your getaway, I just click the X up here. You can decide if you want to extend it, if you want to cancel it and end it. You can do all those things here. So if I wanted to stay another 6 days, you can extend your getaway and all those good things. But we're going to cancel and end so I can show you how you can run your own hotel. Okay, we are here and we're back here at the hotel. And the biggest difference with this whole thing is that Maya now owns the hotels. If you would like to make money from running your own getaway, hotel, Airbnb, whatever, it has to be on the residential lot that you own. So how it will work is that we now own the hotel. So we're saying that Maya now lives here and she is going to plan a getaway on her lot. And the people who are coming to her getaway will be paying the daily fee it costs to rent a room here, which when we just did it was about $370. So let's see if it's the same when guests come here to work as well. Doing the same thing we did before, you'll come over here to travel and you'll plan a getaway. We're here in the schedule menu, and what I'm gonna do that's gonna be different from everything else is I'm actually going to add in a new role. This role is going to be the host, but you can have your Sims be in any category that you want them to be in. If you want to run this hotel and one person is the chef and another person is acting as staff and another person is acting as a yoga instructor and another person is acting as a bartender, you can do those things. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the role library. I'm just going to add in a host because we have one of those pre-made for us. View the role, you can see what it is. And the host basically will do all these things. Be friendly, they'll cook, they can tend to the garden, they can tend to the bar, they can clean. I just think let's just go ahead and add it to our thing. Honestly, I think the easiest thing to do when you're playing as the host, if there's not anything specific you want them to do, just clear it. But if you want them to clean and you want them to be friendly, you can always add those activities in. So I'm just going to do that. The one thing I wouldn't add is maybe their free will or the free time thing, just because you're still controlling them and you can do what you want with them. But if that's your thing, if you just want it to be running without you doing any of the work, add those activities in for yourself. I'm not going to add any role outfits for her. We're just going to keep it as this. It's still young adult, adult, and elder. And we're just going to have her cleaning and being friendly to everyone that's here. And that's pretty much it. So what I'll do first is unassign her from the guests. Again, if you don't assign roles, the game will automatically fill them. The game has automatically assigned staff, which is fine. Our chef is still Skip. And for me, I will be the host. As you're going to see, we have some alerts here on the side. That is because we just made this new role as the host, and the host does not have any roles within the schedule. So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure you go through each of the scheduled time slots and make sure that your specific role that your sim is in the schedule, if that makes sense. So if you had someone playing as a chef, if you had someone playing as a staff, you will have to make sure every time slot there is a chef, there's a staff, and saying what you want them to do. If you don't want them to do anything, like you just want them to go about and do their own thing, just put their activities as free time or self-care. Also looking down here, it says our earnings will be 572 simoleons times the days we're doing. So for 2 nights, we're going to be making $1,144. Now keep in mind, this is going based off of the lot value. So if you want to make more money, I think it's a great goal to have a very expensive hotel that maybe you've earned all this money from doing this. Maybe that could be a great challenge, like trying to make an air quote 5-star hotel by having the most expensive items, where you can just do 2 nights and make maybe $5,000, maybe $10,000, who knows. But from this, it looks like we're expected to make 1,144 simoleons. Let's do it. All right, and the getaway started right up. It looks like guests are expected to be eating right now. Now the chef would have came previously to serve things. So let's have her just serve some breakfast really quickly. So as our guest comes in, they'll have something to eat. A couple of things just popped up as Maya's wrapping up this breakfast for everyone to eat. It is now free time. So it definitely took her some time to do those things. We got the notification again that the lot doesn't have enough beds with all of our staff. we definitely don't have enough beds. I think it'll be a little bit easier with more packs installed, because honestly, you could just put down a little room somewhere, put some sleeping bags down, some bunk beds or something, just have like a little staff quarters so they're not sitting in people's room. That'll be a great thing to do if you're just trying to like stay immersed in the hotel and not really care about your staff. That sounds crazy. Also, a fitness fest popped up where you can do a spin bike competition or class. You also can do an archery contest, all that good stuff. But as you can see right now, it is free time. I'm going to take her money down to 0 so we can see how much money will be made. Okay, the money is gone. Let's see how much money is being made. There is a tipping system that goes with this. So with the tipping system, as guests feel like they're accomplishing a lot or doing all of the things, enjoying themselves, they will tip you over time. So we're expected to make 1,144 simoleons. Let's see if we actually get that money plus some, or if we get a little less. It is free time right now. Guests are doing free time. They're also doing self-care, so taking care of their needs and their wants, just having full autonomy to do whatever they want around the world. I do tend to notice that guests kind of just hang out. Like if they're a little tired, they'll take naps. If they're hungry, they'll eat more. If they want to go out for a jog, they'll do that. If their social is low, they'll talk to people. So right now our guests want to just catch up on some sleep. So let's see how we go throughout the day. I did sit the breakfast that we had out here. We have 8 hours to eat it. So, you know, there you go. Also, we just got our earnings. So we got $736 from the previous day. It also says, keep in mind, guests who feel well cared for and socially connected are more likely to leave you a tip. So we got our 736, which is great. So as they continue to, you know, enjoy their getaway, hopefully they decide to tip us. I am seeing Maya kind of go into these people's rooms. We don't know if they claim the rooms or not. I definitely think it would be beneficial to have common areas. And like I said, maybe assigning beds and maybe even assigning doors. Again, I really wish there was a way for us to lock the door from the role type. Like if we were able to say, lock this door for the host, that means Maya wouldn't go in their rooms to watch TV because she wants to watch TV. You know, she would go to a different TV that's free and not behind a locked door. So I really wish those locked doors were definitely a thing, but we shall see. Now, I will say, as someone who's playing as the host, if you want to see your guests go out and do things, you can also tell the guests, you can come in here and you can fix things up. You can come in here and tell the guests, like during their free time, which is right now, you could tell them to get out. Like if you don't want them in a hotel, or maybe you need to clean up, or maybe you want to prepare food in peace, you can go and tell your guests to literally go explore outside, like literally go enjoy the outdoors. So for this sake, we'll go ahead and delete their activities of their free will and things like that. And we're just going to tell them to explore outside. Looks like we have a guest out here enjoying the bonfire. We had another guest kind of go off the lot a little bit. And then we have people upstairs still taking naps. So it's definitely how you want to do things. I hate that Maya is in somebody's room. Like, girl, please come over here and get out of their room. I think this part of running your own Airbnb or your own hotel, motel, whatever, I think the best part is kind of being your own staff, you know, like making all the food, building the conversation, hosting activities. So I think this is definitely something where maybe in this hotel, maybe they have like a little workout class. Maybe they have a hangout by the fire hour and they all hang out and do stuff. So I definitely feel like it's more fun when you're playing or running your own hotel to have those activities for your guests. I would say that's kind of the best thing when you're running your hotel. Now, when you're going to a hotel, like when you're planning your getaway, I feel like it's best to just keep it open and keeping the hotel just for sleeping and eating that free continental breakfast. If you was doing a resort, I would definitely say planning those excursions, having water activities, planning pool times, planning workout classes, planning spa days, planning all those kind of things. That's definitely give you more of that resort feel. But when you just want your Sims to have a nice hotel for them to go on for their getaway, for their vacation, I think the basic hotel system is so much fun because with all the other packs installed, you can go off on your lot and go to a restaurant. You can go off on your lot and go to a spa. You can go off your lot here in Gibby Point and go kayaking. You can go and do a number of other things we can do with all of our packs installed. And the hotel will literally serve its purpose as just being the place where you sleep and eat your little free continental breakfast. Resorts are your way to go when making your simoleons. The more activities you're going to have on your lot, the more expensive your lot is going to be, which means the more your guests are going to pay to stay at your hotel. Giving them food and planning all of the activities will keep them maintained and happy and willing to give you more tips. As you can see, our guests are just chilling. They're out here in the back and they're literally just enjoying themselves. So definitely the more you have, the more you will make. Our guests are just chilling, doing their thing. We have our basic little hotel system up. Everybody will be going to bed at 11 p.m. and in the morning, they're going to eat their free continental breakfast and repeat. So that is pretty much how you run a hotel. One thing that I think is a little bit of a con, it's not really a con, it's kind of like a middle thing. It's like there is no official system. So that's why I said at the beginning of this video, we were going to talk about the pros and the cons of this, because we're definitely using a system to do something like this. This isn't exactly a hotel system. We don't have a star rating. We don't have popularity and things like that. This is just us being creative, using the 2 new systems that come with the pack to do something that I know a lot of people have wanted to do. Maybe you've seen it, but we did get $100 tip from someone. We were just talking to them. So yes, keep your guests happy, do all the things, make sure they're fulfilling all the things you set up for them to do, and they will tip you. One thing I can say about this schedule is that I have my chef coming in at 4 to make meals, and then I have my staff coming in at 7 to help clean up. I don't have them in for free time, and I don't have them in for the first sleep. So maybe if they're not scheduled, they won't come in, which is a huge plus. I didn't try that before, just tried it now, and I'm not seeing them around, which is great if you don't want to have a staff quarters. If you just want to have your hotel for only your guest suites, then that's a huge plus for me. All right, 4:16 and my chef is here. That is great. Hopefully they start preparing meals. That'll be amazing. We do have guests up just doing their own little thing, but look, we have him preparing meals, which is spot on perfection. Girl, she keeps trying to go sleep in people's beds. Girl, at least come nap down here. Okay, we do have the staff in. Look at them. The staff are here. I don't know what they're doing with this. Are you throwing? Oh, it's spoiled. I was about to say. We do have some more group meals here. The staff is also taking in some food, which is great. I don't mind that. They'll clean up after breakfast. They have until 10 p.m. to do that. And y'all, that's literally it. This is how you run your own hotel. All right, they pretty much cleaned up before 10. Let's see if they will leave now that they're off the clock. They'll be off the clock at 10 a.m. Let's see. Will the staff leave? And it looks like it. I think all the staff is leaving. Yes. So yeah, girl, don't schedule them and they won't come in. I know that's right. That's real life. Okay, and pausing again, we made another $736. Definitely more than the $1144 they told us about. We made about $1,400, and that's not including tips. As you can see, we're at $1,572, and we have a little bit more time before this getaway is over. But yeah, we made some decent money. Y'all better make the simoleons, okay? You got an extra bedroom, a basement area. Listen, turn it into a little Airbnb rental, air quote, being creative, right? And host getaways here on the weekends. Make you some extra coin, get you another hustle, make you a cute bed and breakfast and serve all the cute little things, and have baking and do painting and do knitting and all that cute stuff. Okay, have you a little rundown hotel where you just have beds and a mini fridge for basic accommodations. Have you a full-on resort with floating villas, a bunch of excursions and spa things included. Make you a little sweet life of Zach and Cody and have a crazy amount of rooms and make a boatload of cash. Y'all, that's just the beginning. If I'm being honest, that's just the beginning. Hotels are just the beginning. Both of their systems are so good. Separate and together, they're really good. And there's so many options and so many different ways you can make so many different things, from hotels to recurring events, like being able to set up a recurring event to a spa every Thursday for your facial, or to your nail salon every Saturday you go get your new set, or just sending the kids to their grandmother's house. Like, there's so many creative ways, creative things we can do with these systems. And I'm so excited for them to be in the game now with the Sim Tour Adventure Awaits. And I cannot wait for y'all to get your hands on this. Like, I think this is going to be crazy. The creativity is going to be off the charts. I cannot wait to see what y'all do. If this video helped you out in just the slightest, if you use this video to plan your own hotel or just to see the new things that's coming in the pack and you're excited for more to come, make sure you hit that like button. It helps the channel out so freaking much, and I would really appreciate it. And if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are so close to 200,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and I know we can hit it before the end of the year. Girl, she tea, y'all, she tea. If you plan on pre-ordering or getting The Sims 4 Adventure Awaits, don't forget about little old me. You can use my creator code DeeSims at checkout. A small percent of the proceeds go back to support me and the channel, and y'all, I would really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like the video, hype the video up, and I will see y'all real soon. Again, EA, thank you so much for providing me with early access. I can't wait to do more. Remember to stay beautiful, stay lovely, stay in the house, and have a grand day. Bye, guys.